Hi guys, welcome back to episode of DB Cars, and today's episode I'll be showing you guys TribeCar Chevrolet Cruze. So let's dive straight to this video right now. Alright then, so here is guys the Chevrolet Cruze from TribeCar itself. So basically this is the vehicle itself. I'll be running through with you guys the damages for this vehicle, there's any, before I show you guys the trunk space as well as the interior of the vehicle itself. So let me just start off with the introduction to the vehicle itself before I show you guys the damages if there's any. So basically this is at the time of filming, this is the only technically they have two Chevrolet, but the other one at the timing is not available to rent. So this is the only American car brand that if you want to try out, you can definitely try out. So this is the Chevrolet Cruze in general itself. So basically this is just the only American car brand that you are able to rent from TribeCar itself. But other than that, I don't have much to explain about the car itself. I'm not too sure whether this is the facelift or pre-facelift. If it's the facelift or either one, I'll drop in the description box below itself. So yeah, but for time being now, let me just show you the damages for this vehicle itself. So starting out with the front of the vehicle itself, this is how luckily there's no front end damage from what I can observe, as well as there's no stone chip either itself, which is a good thing for this vehicle itself. Usually the areas that people would, in my opinion, people would damage the often would be the front bumper beneath it. So usually people don't really see what beneath it itself. So for me, that's one area that I usually check. So usually I'll just check below, and if there's no front end damage, is a front scrape, sorry, not front end damage, front scrape, that is the good thing. So as you guys can see right there, no scratch at all, which is a very, very good thing itself. So yeah, moving on, you guys got your wheels right here. Unfortunately, they are curved already, plus they are dirty as well. So yeah, that's unfortunate. All four rims are dirty itself, so that's the unfortunate downside to car sharing itself. So yeah, but on the passenger side right now, unfortunately there's one damage to the vehicle itself, which is this scratch right here, as well as a minor dent to this panel right here itself. As you guys can see, it's dented in, plus as there's some scrapes to it. So that's an unfortunate thing. But other than that, that is basically it for all the damages for this vehicle itself. So yeah, moving on to the rear itself, this is the rear. There's no damages from what I can see, which is a good thing for this vehicle. Moving along to the driver's side right now, same thing as the three other side, other than the passenger side, no damages from what I can observe. So that is a very, very good thing for this vehicle itself. And if anyone's wondering where the fuel tank is, well, it is on the right hand side behind the driver's seat itself. So to access it, just need to press on it and you're able to access it just like that itself. So yeah, alright, now let me just show you guys the trunk space for the Chevrolet itself. So to access the trunk space, there is two ways. One is via the key fob, which I can show you guys by taking it out. So basically this is the key fob for the vehicle itself. You got a long unlock function as well as the trunk button itself. I'm not too sure if there's any button right down below here, but from the looks of it, doesn't look like it itself. So yeah, to access the trunk space from the key fob, just by pressing on this button, and it will unlatch, and you're able to access the trunks of the vehicle itself. So this is how it looks like for the vehicle itself. I will probably put on screen right now how much trunk space this vehicle has itself. So this is how much trunk space this Chevrolet Cruze has. So upon first impression wise, unfortunately you do get usually for some vehicles, but I think nowadays most vehicles you have the option to fold down the rear seat if you want more space. But unfortunately for the Chevrolet Cruze itself, this is not one of the functions itself. So you're not able to fold down the rear seat from here itself, but let me check whether you're able to do so from the rear passenger seat. Usually the lever will be there itself. So sorry, I take my word back. You're able to do so just by pressing on this button and just put the seat down, and you have even more space if you want to itself. So yeah, alright, let's just put the seat back up just like that. And yeah, that's basically it for the rear itself. Last but not least, just got some hooks right here on the left hand side if you want to hook stuff. But other than that, that is basically it for the vehicle itself. So yeah, close it, just need to just slam the trunk real hard and you just close itself. So yeah, the other option which you're able to access the trunk is via this button right beside the driver area, which is this button right here itself. Just need to press on that and the trunk will pop right open itself. So yeah, and that is basically it for the trunk space. Now let me just show you guys the rear of the car right now. So stepping right into the rear of the vehicle itself, you got this enormous doors, not really enormous, but these doors that open up quite nice, and you're able to get in and out without any issue at all. So basically, once in the rear, this is how it looks like to be seated in the rear of the Chevrolet Cruze itself. One thing, you do get some storage pocket right behind the driver's seat as well as the passenger seat. More space on either side of the door cards, which you're able to put stuff here and maybe some stuff here itself. So yeah, and that's basically it for the storage space for the vehicle. Unfortunately, you don't really get any armrest right here, so that's the downside if you want to rest your arm on the left hand side. So but you can rest on the right or left hand side depending on which side of the vehicle you are at itself. So yeah, this vehicle also do come with ISO fixing point, which are just right beneath this cushion right here, so probably got to find it somewhere behind this itself, which is quite troublesome itself if let's say you were to rent a car and you have a child seat itself. So yeah, all right, let me just show you guys now let me just show you how I feel like to sit in the rear. Well, I got about 1/4 of a legroom space wise. Headroom space wise is about a fifth of headroom space wise. So I think if I were to be slightly taller itself, I will definitely not have much space in the rear itself already. Plus, but alternatively, if I want more space in this vehicle, I could technically just slouch a bit and I have even more space in this vehicle itself. But usually, slouching this position, it will result in the space being reduced itself. So yeah, technically there's no win-win situation for the seating arrangement in the rear of the Cruze itself. So yeah, last but not least, let me just move on to the center seating right now before I show you guys last few amenities you get in the rear. You get seating in the rear is not too bad because the transmission tunnel is not that high, like unlike some German rivals, but this is, I would say in my opinion, is about the same as Japanese cars where the transmission tunnel is not that high, so you're able to you should be able to sit 3 full-grown size adults in the rear comfortably itself. So yeah, so this is how I like see in the center of the Cruze itself. Got about a fifth of legroom space wise on both sides. Headroom space wise is also about the same as the other side just now, which is about a fifth of headroom space wise itself. So yeah, and that is basically it for the rear. Last but not least, just got some grab handle on all four, nearly all four sides of the vehicle. Unfortunately, the driver don't really get it, which is a bit weird. Usually some cars come with this option of having grab handle on all four sides of the car. Sometimes just all 3 sides, only on 3 sides of the vehicle itself. But for the rear, you do get some hook right here, so if you want to hook your stuff, you can hook it very nicely itself. So yeah, and you also got this center lighting, which when doors are open, the light will on itself. So just like that itself. Not too sure why is it a blue light, which is a bit weird, but you can just turn off or turn on by pressing on the left hand side to fully turn off, or all the way to the other side to fully turn on itself, or leave it in the center when the doors are open itself. So yeah, and that is basically it for the rear itself. This is how the dashboard the Chevrolet Cruze look like, if anyone's wondering. So yeah, let me just jump to the front of the vehicle right now and I will show you more about the vehicle itself. So let's dive. Alright then, now let's jump straight into the front of the Chevrolet Cruze itself. So stepping right into the front of the vehicle, this is what you're being greeted with. So let me just start off with the storage space you do get for the vehicle itself. You get one storage space right here, which is quite big, so if you want to put your stuff, if you want to put your stuff, you can definitely do so, but it's a bit weird that you first impression wise, you might think this is a very big glove box that extends out all the way to here, but turns out it's not. It's just this area right here itself, so it's definitely a downside to it itself. Not too sure what this area of plastic is, but definitely a downside. Not the greatest storage you get for this vehicle itself. So yeah, alright, let's move on to the next one, which you have right here itself. Unfortunately, you guys can see this is missing a the top part of the glove box itself, so probably it's been ripped out by someone itself. So yeah, but you do get a USB type A port as well as an auxiliary port if you want to plug your stuff into the infotainment itself, which is right here itself. And after fiddling around for a few moments when I was setting up the vehicle before my driving off to this location, first impression wise, this is very laggy itself. So I think maybe because it's running off Android itself, so hence it's very laggy itself. But I'll talk more about that in a few moments time itself. So yeah, going back on the storage space, right? You don't really get much storage space here. You got two cup holders right here, perfectly put your drinks on either side. You get a 12-volt socket outlet, I think, right here. And last but not least, a slot right here, which if you want, you can put your keys itself. So yeah, and that is basically it for all the storage space you get on this vehicle itself. Alternatively, if you want, you can put the door cards right there on either side for the front passenger and driver. But other than that, that's basically it for the storage space itself lah. So moving on, you got your traditional handbrake right here. So it's very easy to use itself, like if you know how to use it itself. You got your traction control button right here and your relative gear selector, which can be in a normal usage just drag full on the brake and just drag it all the way down. But if you want to do manual shifting on this car, you can just slide it to the left and you can do shift up, shift down itself. So yeah. Alright, next up, moving on to you got your climate control buttons on either side. So basically your climate your temperature gauge right here, as well as the fan speed button right here, and the front and rear defrost right here. And turn off the AC, turn on the AC button right here. You got your cabin ventilation function right here, various mode for how you want the air to be blowing at you, and last but not least, auto climate control itself, which the vehicle will just adjust it according to its climate itself. So yeah, basically all this adjustment will be shown on the screen right here, which I'll also talk about it in a few moments time. But if you want a brief introduction about this vehicle, well, I would say the climate control is, because it is synced to the infotainment itself, so it is extremely laggy itself. So any input you do, it will take a while before it's being reflected on the infotainment itself. So that is not a good thing for this vehicle itself, if I have to say itself. So yeah, but if you want, I think if you want to play it safe, you just set it at the lowest temperature, and maybe the fan speed, you just adjust it accordingly itself. That's my safest bet I can say itself. So yeah, moving along, you got a trunk release button, which I mentioned to you guys just now already. Your hazard light button, and that's about it itself. So yeah, moving along, you got your steering wheel right here itself, which I'll talk about it in a few moments time. But on the left hand side, you got your indicators as well as your light control switch, which indicator just down or up for left or right. High beam just need to push forward, or flash or high beam just need to pull back, and flash or high beams. And this menu, I'm not too sure what it does, but I think probably it does with that, which I'll show you guys later on as well. And you got this function right here, which I have no idea what it does as well. Same for this button itself. So yeah, on the other side is the wiper control switch. So basically, just to activate it, just need to go all the way up or all the way down, and to watch the windscreen wiper, just need to pull back itself. So yeah, and once swipe the wiper, just down one time itself. So that's basically it. Alright, now moving to the wheel itself, you got your cruise control button right here. So basically, to set the cruise control, just need to press on this, then just press set, and you are able to adjust the speed accordingly through the knob itself. And if you want to cancel cruise control, just press on this itself, which you can just press it down on it. So yeah, on the other side is the volume control for the infotainment itself. But after adjusting this, fiddling around with this, I can say there's response, but it's very slow itself. Same going back on the infotainment itself, same thing, very laggy itself. So don't expect it to be immediate response when you're fiddling around with the infotainment for this car itself. Last but not least, you just got your gauge brightness right here, which you can adjust accordingly, as well as the light control switch for the vehicle itself, which you can turn it accordingly itself. So yeah, and you got front and rear fog light button right here itself. Last but not least, you got another extra storage right here if you want to hide some stuff itself. So yeah, and right down for right there, just the trunk release button if you want to access the engine compartment itself. So yeah. Alright, moving to the door cards. On the driver door itself, you got your 4 window switches, as well as keys to prevent people from rolling on the windows. You got a unlock button for the doors itself, and you got a mirror control switch right here, which to adjust it, just twist it to the right or left, depending on which side of the mirror you want to adjust. And once let's say you're at your left position, just adjust it by going down, up, left, right, so depending on how you adjust it. So to fold the mirrors in, just need to twist it all the way down, which I don't know how, but there's a way which you can fold the mirrors in itself. So yeah, and that's basically it. Last but not least, some few buttons you got right here are the sun visor, which can fold down. Unfortunately, there's no mirror itself, so that's probably it itself, and this is how the view comes with the sun visor down itself. So yeah, you do the same thing for all sun visors. You're able to swivel it to the left or right hand side to block the sun coming out from either direction itself. So yeah, fortunately only for the passenger side you do get a mirror itself, but no light itself. If you want light, probably just press it on either side itself. So yeah, same thing, can be swiveled to that side to block the sun coming from that direction itself. So yeah, last but not least, yeah, I think that's about it itself. So let me see whether I have the key. For this vehicle, it's a start-stop vehicle itself, but weirdly, this vehicle comes with the traditional key fob where the traditional vehicle you have to slot it in, twist it to start the engine. Somehow this is a push start ignition, so I don't know how that works, but I think it's still push start. You're able to start the vehicle just like that itself. So yeah, let me just show you the vehicle right. Oh yeah, let me just put in accessory power mode first, because going back on the infotainment itself, yeah, it's very laggy itself. So this is how it looks like. So basically the infotainment itself, you got your infotainment right here itself, and climate control button right down below here. Yeah. Yeah, this is what I mentioned. Yeah, very weird, but this is your infotainment itself. You're able to click, it's a touch screen, so you're able to touch on various areas of the whatever you want to adjust itself. And same for the radio. If you want to adjust the radio station, just slide your finger on the screen itself and you're able to adjust the radio station. If not, you can just select all the pre-save radio station itself. So yeah, yeah, that's basically what I want to talk about the infotainment itself. Is in whole general, it's just extremely laggy itself. So yeah, this is what I meant. If you adjust the temperature itself, you don't see anything until it notice it. So to play safe, I'll just put it at lowest mode, and over time just adjust temperature back up to your liking itself. So yeah, okay, for this screen right here, let me just show you that right now. Let me see. I'll press on menu, there's nothing. Okay, let me just fully start up, see whether it did anything at all. So basically the needle will just sweep itself to that. Let me see. Okay, menu is just that itself. So you're able to unit select, range to empty, as well as the mileage, and that itself. Oh yeah, enable this knob right here is for so where you're able to see the average fuel consumption, range to empty, average fuel consumption so far, trip A, trip B, and that itself. So yeah, not too sure what this does, but I think it did something to the screen like that itself. So yeah, okay, last but not least, let me just show you how to adjust the wheel itself. So to adjust the wheel itself, just need to pull on the lever right here. Once you're done adjusting it, you can just lock it in and you just lock its position. For the seat itself, it's just this lever right, sorry, it's just like the Audi, Seat, Opel, all the Continental cars. The lever is right on the left hand side, so just pull on that and you're able to adjust the seat. Same for the passenger side, which is on the right hand side itself. So yeah, to adjust the height is right here, and the angle of the seat right here itself. So yeah, that's basically it for this video itself. Also, this car has keyless entry itself, so if you want to lock the car doors, you can just tap on that black thingy, which I just show you guys in a few moments time itself. So let me just show you guys that right now itself. Alright then, so yeah, this is what I mentioned of the keyless entry itself that this vehicle comes with. So let's say I park the vehicle and I want to walk away, I can just press on this. Just lock the vehicle and I should just be able to just walk away without any issue itself. So let's say I'm coming back to the vehicle, I could either put it in and you need the vehicle to access. So you can just press on this again and the vehicle just unlock itself. So that's basically it.